Hey guys, it's Cassie, and today I'm going to be doing a Q&A all about the fact that I am now a full-time YouTuber, which is weird and kind of crazy, and I'm still getting used to it. I asked you guys for questions on my Instagram and in my YouTube community page, so thank you so much for submitting those. I'm going to go through them. So as of the 1st of January, I am now a full-time YouTuber, and what I mean by that is that this is my only job. So previous to this, for the last 6 years, straight out of uni and everything else, I have been working a normal 9-to-5 corporate job and doing YouTube on the side since I decided to do a YouTube channel, and now this is it. Before I start, I do just want to say thank you for all of your support ever since I kind of like announced it on Instagram and on here. Like, everyone is just so nice, and I love you all, and thank you so much, because without you watching my ridiculousness, I wouldn't be able to do this full time. The one question that loads of people have been asking is, what was my old job? So, I used to work for an oil/energy company. I had for the last 6 years, specifically in the shipping department, specifically within procurement. So basically, buying stuff for the vessels and ships on the water that were transporting the oil. Contracts, negotiations, that kind of stuff. How does one become a full-time YouTuber? What's the difference between what I was doing before? So before, I was working my normal kind of corporate job from like 8 till 4, and then as soon as that finished, I would be working on my YouTube basically until bedtime and on the weekends. So now, I am only doing YouTube, so all of my focus is on content creation, on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, that kind of thing. How do I manage my time as a full-time YouTuber? So I'm not gonna lie, I'm a very, very planning person. I'm still in my first week, right? So I'm still like adjusting kind of thing. But this is what I've planned my weeks to look like. Mondays and Thursdays are content days. So I will just make videos and TikToks and things like that on those days. So on Tuesdays are my editing days, I will just edit. On Wednesdays are my planning and training days. So I will plan for my videos that I'm going to film the week after. You know, like when I do lists of products, what products are they going to be? Like that kind of thing. So I'll spend my Wednesdays doing that and also training. And what I mean by that is like webinars and YouTube videos about being a full-time YouTuber, you know, because I'm still learning along the way and all of that. Friday is again another editing day. I'm trying to keep my weekends free, but that will not happen because I'm a little bit of a workaholic when it comes to YouTube and things like that, just because I love it, basically. What made me decide to go full-time? Live for your videos, girl, thank you very much. So once I started doing YouTube videos, then I kind of fell in love with doing YouTube videos and talking to you guys and everything else, that I was like, I would love to be able to do that full-time. And so going into 2020, I said to myself that as soon as I make as much as I do in my corporate job in YouTube, then I quit. And I try and give this a go, basically. So COVID happened and all of that. And basically, the company I was working for was going to cut thousands of jobs. And so they opened up voluntary redundancy, which, well, that's what they call it in England. Basically, what that means for anywhere else is you can basically say, I'm interested in leaving, and you get a severance package or whatever for that, instead of just resigning and getting nothing kind of thing. So I applied for that. I got it. That, with savings and everything else, was basically enough for me to live on for about 8 months. I could push it to a year. And that was my big thing, right? I didn't want to quit and not have a buffer or a, you know, anything like that in case this all goes tits up, right? It should never get to the point where I have to kind of live off of that money, but should push come to shove, I'm all right, kind of thing. So I got approved for that, and I was like, all right, we're going to give this a go. And here I am giving this a go, and we'll see what happens. Okay, what are my goals, i.e. numbers for 2021? You'll kill it. Thank you for having faith in me. I would love to hit 100,000 on here. That would be insane. To be very honest with you, the number of us that we have here now, which is like 53,000 and something, is crazy. And I just think that I've been to concerts with around the same or less numbers than that, and that's been an insane number of people in a room. It's unfathomable to the mind, but yeah, I would love to get to 100,000. That would be insane. And oh my gosh, I get a plaque for it. oh my gosh, validation. Like, it would be insane. Okay, so what was the criteria that I had to fill to make the decision? And then basically it was, I want to be making as much as I do on YouTube as I do in my corporate job, and I want to have a savings amount should this go tits up and no brands want to work with me and my AdSense is literally zero. I can survive off this amount of money for X amount of months until I find a normal job again or something like that. That was basically my criteria. Somebody's put a nosy question, but genuinely, how do you make the money to be able to pay bills, etc.? Don't worry, a lot of people wonder this. Okay, so personally, I have 3 streams of income doing this. I get AdSense, right? So for the ads on my videos and stuff like that, I get point something of a penny for each view, but it adds up over the hundreds of thousands of views that I get a month, right? AdSense is by far my biggest, like, you know, if we're going to do a pie chart, AdSense is my majority of how I get paid right now, okay? Then you've got brand deals. Brands will get in touch with me, and provided I use their product, I believe in what they do, all these, I literally have a list of non-negotiables that, like, should you be X, Y, and Z, I'm not working with you straight out of the bat, I don't care who you are kind of thing. Provided I want to work with them and everything else, then they will pay me for a video integration, right? And that is where I'm talking about a topic and I say this video is sponsored by X, Y, and Z and I tell you about them, right? So I get paid to do that. Then the last way is affiliate links, right? So say you like this hoodie I'm wearing. It's your average hoodie, it's nothing special, it's from H&M. But say you wanted to buy it. In my description box where I have links, the majority of those, not all of them, because not all retailers will allow you to do commissionable links, but for a lot of retailers, if you click that link and you buy the item, then I will get a small percentage of it. And that can vary by retailers and everything else, right? That is a small percentage of basically what I earn. So the majority of it is on YouTube. That was a long answer, but there you go. Do I earn more as a full-time YouTuber? The thing is that it fluctuates, right? And certain months are better than others. So like December is a really huge month for making a lot on AdSense, because a lot of companies are like, you know, it's the end of the year, they've got the rest of their budget to max out, they'll just put it all at whatever they've got in December, and then January it all kind of dips low again. So in December I basically made a lot more than I did in my normal job. In January this might be a different situation. So let's see. I expected it down a bit. I don't expect it to be, probably expect it to be around the same as I would get in my monthly paycheck. Will I be endorsing products now to make money from sponsorships? In 2020, I worked with 2 main sponsors, really, and that was ShopTagger and Farfetch, both of which have been really, really great to work with and all of that business. I like doing sponsorships and all of that business, but it has to be for brands that I love, I use. I've been approached by a few different, like, random brands for things that I would just never talk to you about. Coloured contact lenses. What am I going to do at the beginning of a video? Hi guys, I'm going to be telling you about, like, the hottest bags of 2020. Oh, and by the way, have you noticed that my eyes are sodden green today because I'm wearing contact lenses? Oh, this is a contact lens. I've never worn sodden coloured contact lenses. Why would I come on here telling you to buy these contact lenses? It's not happening. I get a lot of really ridiculous, bordering on stupid collaborations in my emails, and I'm just like, to be honest, some of them I can't even, like, warrant a response. I'm just like, how did you look at my content and think this makes sense? And I'm lucky in that I've got savings and things that I don't depend on it, right? Absolutely no shade to people that take every sponsorship left, right and centre because you've got bills to pay. I get it. Good on you. I'm not going to judge you for it. Go for it. Just know if I do a random sponsorship, that was for a hell of a lot of money. Thank you for watching that, because there'll be like a Birkin unboxing for the next video or something out of that sponsorship money. I'm joking. Joking. Will you lose your edge and honest views for fear of upsetting brands now? I've already upset enough. Why would I stop now? No, not really, because I know that that's what you guys value, and at the end of the day, you're the ones watching me, you're the ones I should be bothered about, if you know what I mean. For example, Louis Vuitton. I have done my fair share of saying X, Y, and Z item is really quite questionable. And I've also been like, X, Y, and Z are amazing. I'm not going to stop saying that I don't like X, Y, and Z just because I want to work with them in the future. I would absolutely love to work with them in the future. And I would hope that brands that get me would appreciate that, because not everyone is going to like absolutely everything about that a brand comes out with. So there we go. But in short, no. I don't know how healthcare works in the UK, but what will you do now without without a job? I did used to get private healthcare as a benefit of my other job. Now, in the UK, we have free healthcare for everyone. I personally would like to have the access to private healthcare that I did, so I'm just going to pay for that separately. To give you an idea of how much that costs, I don't know what it's like in America. It's about £50 a month, so I'm willing to kind of like do that just to have the option should anything come up, really. What did my parents say to that decision, and what did Nee say? Right, let me start with Nee because it's easiest. Nee did a similar thing to me in that Nee was like working for Goldman Sachs and all of that business, quit, and now he does his own thing. He has his own company, right? He is a big reason why I didn't have as much anxiety making this decision as I would have. How did your parents react to your decision, especially after the long investment in your education? Let's call my dad.
You can always fall back on your education. Well, your education contributes to what you're doing.
Yeah.
And you know, supported, because you've always got your qualifications to fall back on.
Yeah.
Should you decide to go back into the corporate world?
Well, we just said that you're 27 and... you know, it's your choice, isn't it? You are young enough to test the waters, and if it doesn't work, you've got a career to fall back on. You know, looking at what was happening through COVID and, you know, how hard things were and the rest, you need to be happy in life.
Yeah.
And if you felt that this would make you happier, then fine.
All right, thank you, love you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Love you too, bye.
Will you release more content? How much of an increase in ads should we expect? You really shouldn't expect an increase in, like, ads, as in, like, when I put together these videos on, like, the back end of YouTube, I don't put in a certain number of ads. There's, like, one which is just, like, YouTube does it for you, so I just click that and YouTube will put ads in whenever they want. Some people will have, like, 6 ads in a video, and I don't think I can do that. So you shouldn't expect an increase in, like, Google ads or whatever. Sponsorships, maybe expect an increase. That would be kind of cool to work with some brands that I've always wanted to work with or whatever, but it will never be, like, a crazy amount. And then the other question was, will I release more content? I'm not planning on upping my upload schedule here. 3 times a week is, it was a hell of a lot before, and I only started going from 2 to 3 because of COVID and I was home more and stuff like that. So I don't think I'm going to do more of that, but I will now have more time for, like, TikTok content, which is fun to do, and I've wanted to have more time to do that. So stuff like that. Instagram stories, I need to get better at doing that. This is a really, really sweet question. What is the most helpful thing we can do as viewers? Watch ads, comment, like, subscribe. This is so nice of you to even ask that. Like, all of those things help, and it's, like, so nice that you've even thought of, like, how can you help? So that's amazing, yeah. Comment, like, subscribe, tell your friends about me in the hope that they also like me and wish to subscribe. But yeah, those kinds of things, so thank you. Do I get income from Instagram too? No, I make absolutely $0 on Instagram. Ask me in a year's time. Maybe somebody wants to pay me for a sponsored post or something. But at the moment, nobody is asking me to do anything on my Instagram. Biggest anxiety. Okay. I came out of the womb a worrier. I worry about everything. I worry about getting complacent, doing this and it not working out and becoming a failure. I worry about the video content I put out and I'm like, is it too long? Is it too short? But I worry about every single aspect of everything you see on this channel. I wouldn't say I have one biggest anxiety in general. They're all equally as debilitating. How does it feel? It feels weird. Wow, I do this thing that I've been obsessed with and I love doing, and like I just love coming on here and telling you about hot new stuff and this thing was awful and look what I bought and look what I'm obsessed with and whatever, right? So that to me is crazy. I'm still like coming to terms with everything, that like this is my job. I'm totally having, what's that thing, imposter syndrome? I'm totally having that. Are you scared? I'm sodding terrified. It is scary. Like, all I've known of the working world is corporate England and all of that. And it feels weird to kind of like go against that and do this random thing where I am 100% accountable for every aspect. My success depends 100% on being consistent, putting out content and, you know, making stuff that you guys are going to like and watch and click on and all that business. So it is terrifying. Do you estimate that you will earn as much, less or more by being a full-time YouTuber? So as I said, it can be very inconsistent, just purely because of how AdSense works. The more views I have, the more I will earn. So I expect that over time, hopefully my views go up as my subscribers go up and everything else like that, that I should make more. It should be more. Kind of made this decision hoping it will be more, so. Okay, congratulations. What are you most excited for? Thank you very much. I'm just excited to be able to focus on this 100%. What's my long-term goal, e.g. expanding the YouTube influencer opportunity? I actually don't know. There are things that, not necessarily long-term, but there are things that I'm thinking of doing now that I would like to explore. I don't know if I actually want to do them. So for example, like doing an Instagram page, which is literally just items that I am just like, ride or die, Cassie approved. Like my Louis Vuitton coin card holder. I love that sodding thing, right? And it would just be an Instagram page with just those items. So in case you are looking for something particular or whatever and you're like, I'd love to know within this category, what's that, Cassie approved? You go to that page and click on it, you can shop from it, whatever, right? Another thing is like, a lot of you guys were asking if I would do vlogging. I don't know. I'm thinking of doing like, and let me know your thoughts on this, I'm thinking of doing like a Patreon, which will be more personal stuff for a number of reasons, but also just because like I'm like, I can take hate for myself. I actually can't take hate for myself, but it absolutely debilitates me when it's to do with my parents or me. Like that just absolutely crushes me. So by putting it on Patreon or whatever, it's like, you know, hopefully only people that are like seasoned subscribers and stuff like that would subscribe to my Patreon and things. The other thing is like, I'm thinking, would it be cool to do like a Discord, which is just like us luxury addicts, where if you're not sure if you want to buy something, you go on there and then you ask all of us, me included, and stuff like that. So let me know what you think about any of those ideas in the comments, but those are kind of short-term. Long-term, I have no idea what I'm doing. Will you feel pressure to buy luxury items now that it's your full-time job? No. Part of why, you know, I think you guys here and everything else is I buy stuff that I like. So that will not change. I won't just be buying stuff because I think I should be buying it to have content kind of thing. I might buy more stuff that I like, but not stuff that I don't like. Another really sodding nice one. Like, you guys, you're literally my fave. Firstly, thank you. That's huge. How can we help you in being full-time? Like, just keep doing what you're doing because all of you are so nice, and just like use my discount codes if you buy, like don't buy stuff from somewhere just because I've got a discount code. If you're already buying it, use the discount code. That helps because then the brands want to come back. Stuff like that really, but that was just really nice. How do you come up with content? You always keep it fresh. Thank you. I'm glad that you think I keep it fresh because that's one of my biggest things is like, am I getting boring? I keep up to date on fashion news a lot. So I always make sure, like I always want to talk about new stuff. And the thing is that it's not necessarily about buying all of the stuff because to me it's just fun to know it. How did you prepare for such a career change financially, mentally? So I'd known this for a while. And within then I did have a few crying breakdowns. And when Nia's like, what is happening to you? And I'm just like, I don't know if I'm making the right decision. Everyone hates me and people aren't going to watch and all of that. I don't know if I've actually prepared mentally. I am kind of like taking it as it comes. I have some like goals that I want to reach. And like I said, some like short-term things that I want to explore or think about and look more into depth. Do a sentence, Cassie. But I'm trying to just kind of see how it goes, really. Will I make my videos longer? A lot of you guys ask for longer videos, but then a lot of you guys say that you like my videos are like, you know, quick and short and to the point. So I don't know how... I don't know how to make you all happy. Are there certain topics that you like to be longer? There we go. Are there certain kinds of videos that I do where you're like, actually, I want that to be longer? Or there are certain ones that you're like, keep it short, thank you. Less than 10 minutes. Let me know. Okay, will I be doing small designer giveaway items to get more views and subscribers? I wouldn't do it to get more views or subscribers because I don't think that's a good way to get subscribers. I think people are only there for the giveaway and then you're like, right, yeah, I didn't win, I'm off, right? And that's not what I'm trying to do here. But I do want to do giveaways for you guys, for the season subscribers. At 100,000, I'd love to do a giveaway of like stuff that I'm obsessed with maybe, I don't know, like a Cassie $2 starter pack that's just like my favourite stuff. And I would also love to do merch at 100,000, that would be cool. Would anybody like merch? Let me know. Is it freeing or do you feel more pressure since this will be a full-time gig? 100% more pressure. Which program do you use to edit and how quickly does it take to learn? I use Final Cut Pro, and to be honest, I learned from like YouTube videos. It's actually quite easy to learn, and I don't do any like crazy editing in my videos, so I think, you know, my editing skills are very basic. But it doesn't take too long. This is a very adulting question. How do you budget for insurance and retirement with income not being fixed? Good question, and I'm trying to be a responsible adult in doing these things. So I as I said, I've got my like business and everything goes into my business account. I've got like a fixed amount that goes into my pension every month, and I can change that depending on like, this month is a bit, or like this month is going, well, let's make sure I'm living a great life, you know, when I'm 80 or whatever. Yeah, I have like a set amount for stuff that's gonna go out no matter what. And, you know, if I'm not going to have 2 takeaways this week, then I'm not going to have 2 takeaways, and I've got many a packet of Indomie noodles in my cupboards. So there we go. There are some things that I'm making, like I'm doing them no matter what because, you know, I'm trying to be financially responsible. Are your parents going to help you with money? I think it's hard to leave everything and become a full-time YouTuber. It is hard to leave everything, but my parents will not financially support me. Basically, actually, when I told them, my dad was like, well, as long as you're not coming to me for anything, off you go. I'm doing this all by myself. Did you always want to do YouTube? Did teenage Cassie have different ambitions? Teenage Cassie wanted to be a psychiatrist, so yes. I didn't think of YouTube up until like I started doing it and started taking it more seriously. So yes. Okay, do I do all the editing and things myself or do I have an assistant? I do everything. I do everything end to end. I would love to have an assistant at some point. But let's see. At the moment, like, I can't really justify it because I've got time and, but yes. Okay, what college did I go to and what did I major in? I went to the University of Birmingham and I did economics. Where's the majority of my audience from? 40-something%, which is my biggest percentage, is the US, which is really cool. Followed by, so it basically goes US, UK, Australia, Canada, Germany. It's weird, right? And then like the rest of the percentage is just like here and there all over the world. So there you go, it's quite interesting. Okay, was it becoming impossible to combine with a full-time job? Yes, basically. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was all the time. If I wasn't doing one, I was doing the other. And there was just like no time to relax at all. Okay, did I choose to do it knowing I may have financial support from my parents if I needed it? No. Basically, I kind of thought, I'm 27, I've sucked enough money out of them growing up. I kind of went into this on my own back. What would be my dream collaboration? Oh my gosh, there are so many. Wow. The day I work with Versace is the day that I'm just like, thank you so much, I'm done, I can die happy, nothing will top this in my life. Like, that would be insane. I would love to work with Good American. You know I love their sodding jeans. I'd love to work with Walford. I'm honestly an unofficial brand ambassador for their leggings. Obviously, Louis Vuitton, Chanel would probably never. All of those huge brands, right? And then brands like Alison Lu, these earrings, would love to work with them. Oh, there are so many. How long was it before you started making money? Basically, before you're eligible for AdSense, you've got to have 1,000 subscribers and you've got to have a certain number of watch hours. So then you're eligible, then you apply for it, then they give it to you, and my first AdSense check, I must have been like just over 1,000 subscribers, was $40. So, you know, we've grown from there. Questions on my YouTube community tab. Was it a hard decision to make, and are you worried about the longevity of being a full-time YouTuber? It was a hard decision to make. Well, do you want to know what, actually? It was an easier decision to make than it would have been about 2 or 3 years ago, because I would have taught myself out of it 100%. I would have come up with every excuse not to do it. And it was kind of at a point where which it was like, if I'm not going to do it now, then am I going to do it, you know? Then the other thing, am I worried about the longevity? Also, yes, which is why I'm kind of taking it day by day, and it's like, will this turn into something else? Like, will I have a brand out of it? I don't think I'd want a clothing brand. I'm just not, like, creatively gifted in that. Merch, yes. Clothing brand with, like, designs. I don't know if I could be trusted. I don't know, actually. Congrats, thank you. How does my typical workday differ from my old career? I'm trying to let it not differ, which is why I'm trying to have, like, a very strict schedule. Otherwise, I will take the piss. I will sleep until 11 o'clock and my videos won't get up on time. So I have to be really, really strict with myself. Have you noticed a difference in your work-life balance? Yes, I do have a bit more free time, which is great. Even just stuff like I've got more time to clean, I've got more time to cook, I've got longer time in the bath, and I love a good soak in the bath. Random things like that, you know, so that's great. What advice would I give to small YouTubers who want to get to where you're at? Congrats, thank you so much. I think the biggest thing is to just, like, the thing that I come here and I bring you every time is this is just me. This is exactly what I think, and I'm just myself, and I think that's the biggest thing, and I think that's where a lot of people fall flat, is that they see what someone, you know, like a big YouTuber is doing, and then they try to emulate it, and then they're not them. And the thing that's going to get you people is you, because people can tell when you're not being yourself, or when you're trying to be like somebody else. And there is a lid for every pot, and what I mean by that is that even if you're a weird and wonderful little oddity, there are people that are going to be interested in that, and that's how you get your community. So I hope that is of any help. Do I have a backup plan or side hustles in case it doesn't work out? I've got a degree and that's about it. What's one thing I learned from my old job that carries over? So I used to do quite a bit of negotiating in my old job, and I definitely need to do that now, what with people trying to, you know, get a sponsorship from you or something, and sometimes pay you nothing for it, which is just like, absolutely not, sir. So negotiating is a big thing. The other thing, I used to work a lot with contracts, so now when, like, paid partnerships and everything have contracts, I actually know what I'm looking at, so that's helpful. Congratulations on your career change, thank you. I don't think it's an easy decision, and you'll need courage and confidence to do this jump. What type of challenges do you think you have to face? I think the biggest one is the kind of, like, mental and emotional stuff that goes along with it. I think that it's like, sometimes it's the hate comments, sometimes it's the, like, am I doing enough? Is my content good enough? And the comparison to other people. I'm trying to be not compare myself at all to other people, which in itself is hard. So yeah, it's not like the actual work. The actual work, me sitting in front of the camera and all that, that's easy, right? And I'm just sitting here and I'm just talking to you. That bit's easy. It's the stuff behind it that is the hard stuff. Congrats, Cassie, yay for chasing your dreams in 2021, thank you. Do you have a YouTube manager, agent, or representation? I don't. I would actually like to have one in the future, but I would be very, very selective. I don't think I'd want, like, a big, unless it was, like, one of, like, the top agencies. I would love to have somebody that's like a one, or like a very small team, because I would want somebody that's absolutely gonna, like, ride for me and hammer down brands until they just can't say no anymore and stuff like that, and just, like, completely backs me, which I think some agents and companies and everything else, because they have so many, they just don't have the time to do. So yeah, if I do have one, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, congratulations, super proud to see you grow and succeed, thank you. Do you think you'll move back up north now that you don't have to be tied to a certain location? Love as always. I don't think I'll go back up north, even though I love being up north. But I don't know if I need to be in central London, because I still want to do, like, shopping vlogs and everything when I can. So I don't know. I would also like to not be in England for a bit. But once again, that's a bit hard at the moment, isn't it? So I don't know. We do want to move from this flat this year. I just don't know where to yet. I think I'm going to end with this one. How long has it taken you to make this decision? And what point of view do you want to bring to the world of influencing? Brackets, you're my favourite YouTuber already, thank you. It took a lot shorter than I thought it would. Just with like last year and COVID and everything else, I was like, sod it, if I'm not going to do it now, I'm not going to do it. And then the other thing is, what point of view do I want to bring? Talk about things from a funny perspective and, you know, keep you up to date on what's hot and what's interesting and all of that. I just want to keep being me. That sounds so cringe. I hate myself as well. You know, because that's what makes me different. And that's what makes everyone else different from everyone else. I enjoyed this. Let me know if you've got any more questions. I think I'm going to do this in another 6 months just to see how I've grown and maybe my anxiety has gone down a bit. Alright guys, love you so much. I will see you in my next video. Wherever you are in the world, love you.